technology that is built for your every sense. Acer Pure from Acer.
Media because they worry that his martyrdom is going to be politicized. Meanwhile, Mohan Sharma cannot be forgotten. His bravery cannot be forgotten. The Delhi police has now come out, put out 2 posters, given the glorification of terror and Indian Mujahideen terrorists by the ISA. Now, the Delhi police, even as the Insaf rally is being taken out for the terrorists who are killed in the Batla House encounter, you have the Delhi police questioning those who mocked the martyrdom of Ashok Chakra awardee Inspector MC Sharma. And let me go across to Sagarika, who has that post with her. Sagarika, what does the post say? What does the Delhi police say?
A tale of 2 pictures, a tale of 2 contrasts, and this is a story of a choice that this country must make. Who are you going to side with? Terrorists or heroes? And that is why today the Delhi police has put out this picture. Today, as you know, the ecosystem glorifies those who were behind, putting Delhi under a siege of fear back in the day. We are also remembering a hero. The Delhi police says martyrdom does not end. It is only a beginning. This is a hero who bravely led his team that day when he had input about the role of Indian Mujahideen terrorists. A man who did not fear for his life. He took bullets to his chest, to his abdomen, to his thigh meghna, and that day he laid down his life on the line of duty. And 17 years later, when the entire country celebrates a hero, there is one ecosystem that is shedding tears for those involved in the Batla House encounter, for those involved in that terror attack which led to the Batla House encounter. And that is why the Delhi police has clearly put out a picture and has, and it is for the world to see. On one hand, 17 years later, you still have people saying that, no, we are going to take out an Insaf Julus for Atif, for Sajid. And then you have the Delhi police saying that heroes and martyrs, their stories do not end. That is why this picture today becomes the most telling picture as we report to you about what the ecosystem is doing.
Well, in fact, let me take that cue and go across to Priyank. Priyank, you were telling us about this brave Inspector Mohan Chand Sharma. You must tell us a bit about the role that he played. How there were aspersions even put on him as to why he had fired at Indian Mujahideen terrorists. Not only offensive but also defense was questioned at the time.
Meghna, Mohan Chand Sharma was part of the Delhi Police ATS, which is known as Delhi Police Special Cell. That was a cell which was then led by Karnal Singh, who later on became the ED director also. And there was a very brave officers team who were very much dedicated to destroy the Indian Mujahideen module. That's why you must not have seen or heard any kind of attack being carried out by any of the Indian Mujahideen terrorists in the last 1 decade. There was a time where the attacks like Akshardham, then Delhi attack, then serial attack were happening. So this group of individuals who were from the Indian Mujahideen had formed this particular team of terrorists which was trained to carry out attack at multiple locations. IEDs were used, and with the timer devices they were trying to create panic among citizens. Then itself there was an intercept which was taken by the Delhi Police Special Cell, where they got to know that a group of individuals were hiding in Jamia. Then led to a manual search of the location, and once a suspected movement was spotted by the Delhi Police Special Cell officers, and then around in the afternoon time only, the team moved towards the Batla House and they spotted the location. But it was a very crowded area which is still there, where the officers had to go and personally check that whether these are the terrorists or not, because the civilian casualty was certainly something which was not on the any of the priority list of the officers. That's why they went up without a bulletproof jacket, and where the bullets stuck on Mohan Chand Sharma, which led to death of Mohan Chand Sharma. That is the thing which these people need to understand, that they have sacrificed. They could have gone there with bulletproof jacket, bombarded it, just the manner in which we saw in the Kashmir Valley. Multiple locations have been attacked by the security forces to destroy these trails. But going there as civil was certainly indicating that they were not in the position to have any kind of casualty of the civilians. That's why they went without a bulletproof jacket. The bullet got struck, and then you have the visuals of Mohan Chand Sharma being taken out from the location where this encounter took place. But they did not compromise there, Meghna. They kept on assuring that these terrorists should be gunned down, and that is the reason because of which, as per this moment, as per this presence, the Delhi Police Special Cell made it sure that the Indian Mujahideen should have been destroyed, which has happened right now. These people who are trying to say, they must be around 20 to 25 years of age of student who will be protesting. This is what I'm assuming, Meghna. At the max, they would be of 25 years of age. Do they actually realize what happened 17 years back? Do they actually realize?
Well, it's unlikely that they know what happened 17 years back. But Priyank, you were there on the ground, covering that encounter. Now you're telling us and reminding us of what really had happened 17 years back. Let me go back across to two of the very senior police officers, Dr. Vikram Singh, the former DGP of Uttar Pradesh, and also SP Vaid, the former DGP of Jammu and Kashmir. SP Vaid ji, appreciate you joining us. This is about the Indian Mujahideen. The way it was tackled with by the Delhi police as well. There seems to be a bit of a problem there. We'll try and reconnect with Mr. SP Vaid. Let me go across to Dr. Vikram Singh instead. Dr. Singh, your first reactions. Today, after the martyrdom that we have seen, the bravery 17 years back of Inspector Sharma, now you have the ISA, left students coming out and taking out a rally against two of the Indian Mujahideen terrorists who were killed. Your thoughts on a day like this?
Please listen to me very carefully. I'm extremely aghast and shocked this shameless display of the support for terrorists. What happened 17 years ago and the supreme sacrifice of Inspector Mohan Chand Sharma, whom the nation honored. And even then, 17 years ago, there was a pilgrimage to Sanjarpur village in Azamgarh, from where these terrorists belong, and they said copious tears were shed in their favor. But when it was realized that the hardened terrorists who had been trained abroad and who had absolutely negative and malignant thoughts about India and the civilian population, I salute the sacrifice of the Delhi Special Branch, Inspector Mohan Chand Sharma, and anybody who's standing by the side of the assailants is an anti-national element, and he should be thoroughly inquired into by the police as to the reasons why they are supporting the Indian Mujahideen cadres. This dose of pseudo-secularism cannot stand the test of time, and for whatever reason they are doing, whether it is wokeism, whether it is pseudo-secularism, or both, or whether they are being funded from ISI and Pakistan, that remains to be seen. But I would strongly recommend that the videograph be made of every single person. You may recall when they made a beeline for a pilgrimage to Sanjarpur, Azamgarh, we said that each and every person, whether they are the topmost political hierarchy of a national party, they need to be named and shaped. Again, I would say they should be thoroughly interrogated. Tell me what wrong has the special branch done? Would you have been very happy if the bomb had been blasted? Thank you.
Absolutely, and the way they carried out this operation in a very congested civilian area without wearing bulletproof vests, that was bravery in order to ensure that there is no alarm amongst the civilians. Well, let me go across to SP Vaid, who's also joining with us. Mr. Vaid, we are not just talking about this one instance, Batla House instance, and how there is going to be a julus now in favor of the two Indian Mujahideen terrorists, but this is about larger appeasement, isn't it? Because this is the same day when we now know that in a signed affidavit, you have Yasin Malik coming out and saying that he was thanked, allegedly, by the then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh because he met Hafiz Saeed. Is this the result of appeasement right from the top, which happened at that time?
Absolutely. And before coming to this issue, I just want to add, I think whatever respected Vikram Singh ji said, I completely endorse. These are youngsters ignorant about the factual position and acting on the behalf of anti-national forces and some of the international forces who want to destroy India, and these leftist ideology people must first check their facts and not agitate on issues on fake propaganda against security forces. We salute the sacrifice of Inspector Mohan Chand Sharma and Delhi Police Special Cell, the way they handle this Indian Mujahideen module. And we are all aware how at that time a very senior leader of the Congress said, I felt crying after seeing this. She did not realize the sacrifice of Delhi police, and these boys must realize what Indian security forces are up against. These forces who want to destroy India. And coming to Yasin Malik's issue, this incident itself depicts how the ecosystem in this country was helping these anti-national people. Somebody like Yasin Malik, who had killed 4 or 5 Air Force officers and so many Kashmiri Pandits, he is sent to a person who is an India hater and who is responsible for killing hundreds and thousands of Indians, as Hafiz Sayyid, and he goes and meets him, and then on return he is thanked by none other than the chief executive of this country. What a shame.
What a shame.
Nothing could have been...
And we can see those visuals. Mr. S.P. Ved, even as you speak about it, you have the former Jammu and Kashmir DGP saying that it is a shame to have a man who's confessed to murder and masterminding several other terror attacks was being felicitated and thanked by the Prime Minister of that time. S.P. Ved says it's a shame. Appreciate you, sir, joining us. But let's remind our viewers, remember, all of this happened because this recent affidavit in the Delhi High Court has now come to light, where Yasin Malik talks about his meeting with the 2611 mastermind and Lashkar boss Hafiz Saeed in this affidavit, which reveals senior intelligence officer back then had personally requested him to meet Hafiz Saeed in Pakistan. So he met at the behest, allegedly, of the then dispensation. Now comes the ticker. The terrorist also claims that on his return to India after meeting Hafiz Saeed, he briefed former Prime Minister late Manmohan Singh ji, who in turn thanked him, expressed his gratitude to him for his efforts. The affidavit, which has armed the BJP now, they are citing it to accuse the then UPA government of compromising national security. Let me go across to Sahil. Sahil, this is the affidavit that Times Now has managed to access. We are putting out the details on our screens as well. But Yasin Malik, someone who's been very controversial, someone who is currently behind bars, this is damning, if true, what he's written in a signed affidavit.
First of all, was heading Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front, and he faces serious charges of terrorism and, in fact, financial terror funding. Now he is in Tihar jail facing allegations of receiving funds from this Lashkar-e-Taiba. So he has filed this affidavit in Delhi High Court, where he basically constructs his image as a peace activist and details about his role in peace process. Now, the most significant part of this particular affidavit is that he is speaking about a visit to Pakistan that he had undertaken in 2006, where he met Lashkar-e-Taiba chief Hafiz Saeed. He was seen sitting with him, where in fact Yasin Malik claims that he was there to carry out humanitarian work in aftermath of a 2005 earthquake. Now, in this affidavit, he has informed the court that on his return to New Delhi, he had met intelligence officers and other important dignitaries of the country, and he was thanked by the Prime Minister, then Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. He insists basically in this affidavit that this all, in fact, back-channel diplomacy or peace process was initiated on the request of Government of India, on the request of Dr. Manmohan Singh. So, after this, we had seen 2008 Mumbai attacks taking place, and a year later, Yasin Malik again claims that he had met Dr. Manmohan Singh and then visited US. He was there in White House meeting top officials of the US. So all this process is now under scanner. Bharatiya Janata Party is raising questions about this sort of diplomacy or about this sort of method in handling Kashmir back in 2006 to 2010. That's why BJP is highlighting this. But BJP, on the other hand, is also suggesting and saying that whether he had in fact was thanked by any Prime Minister or not, it doesn't matter. He is facing serious charges and he will have to face law of this country.
Absolutely. In fact, the BJP has said that this is proof of terror appeasement. Under the Congress, their alliance partners, in the case of ISA as well, that the systematic terror appeasement is what has compromised the national security as per the BJP. We'll have to wait and see how the Congress responds to it. Thank you so much, Sohail, for joining us with all those details. This is going to be the top focus story right here on Times Now. Don't go anywhere. We are slipping into a short break. Siddharth joins you on the other side.